Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of AI fashion models. And let me tell you, it is a high-stakes game of making them look real enough to sell without accidentally falling into that creepy, dreaded, uncanny valley.
So let's just start with this one fundamental question. Because as AI models pop up more and more in our feeds, especially for really personal things like lingerie, our brains are asking this, whether we know it or not. And the answer? It can literally be the difference between a sale and a customer who's gone forever.
You see, the promise of AI for fashion brands is absolutely massive. We're talking unbeatable costs, incredible speed, and the power of infinite diversity. But the peril, well, it's just as great. A single tiny misstep can trigger that deep psychological response, that uncanny valley, that doesn't just kill a sale, it can seriously damage an entire brand's reputation. And look, this isn't just about making pretty pictures. For categories like lingerie and swimwear, the stakes are so much higher. In this world, skin texture, realistic lighting, and the model's overall vibe, those aren't just details, they are the product. The big villain in this whole story is the uncanny valley response. You know that feeling, right? It's that gut reaction you get when something just looks off. Your brain knows it's seeing something that's almost human, but all the tiny little imperfections just scream fake, and it triggers this feeling of revulsion.
So why does this matter so much for business? Let's break down the subconscious psychology of what's really happening when a customer sees a model that just looks fake.
It's this incredibly fast subconscious chain reaction. First, your brain flags it, the plasticky skin or a weird, impossible pose. Then, that feeling of discomfort, it instantly transfers from the model to the product she's actually wearing. And from there, that feeling of inauthenticity taints the entire brand. Just like that, the sale is completely lost.
So, to avoid that whole chain reaction, AI models have to achieve what's called perceptual realism. It sounds complex, but it really just boils down to getting three critical things right. The skin has to look totally real, the anatomy has to be accurate, and the way fabric interacts with the body has to be believable.
Okay, enough about the problem, let's dive into the solution. This is really the technical masterclass in how to build an AI model that actually converts sales, because it goes way beyond just typing a few simple prompts.
So, the first crucial step is consistency. I mean, if a model's face changes even a tiny bit from one photo to the next, trust is instantly broken. To solve this, creators use tools called LoRAs. You can think of them like a digital style guide for the AI that locks in a specific model's identity, making sure she looks exactly the same across an entire photo shoot.
Second up is lighting. A lot of AI images have this flat, cheap, overlit look. The fix is to use high-contrast editorial lighting. This noir style creates these deep shadows and sculpted highlights that feel really dramatic and premium. And that doesn't just look more realistic, it actually increases how valuable the product seems.
And the third pillar is the integrity between the fabric and the skin. This is so vital for lingerie. You have to see how delicate stuff like lace or sheer fabrics actually rest on a body. So they use advanced techniques like in-painting, which is kind of like a hyper-intelligent Photoshop, to make sure these fabrics look physically present, not just painted on.
All right, now let's look at some of the most common mistakes that just scream AI, and then we'll get into the specific technical fixes that help creators actually escape that uncanny valley. Okay, the most obvious mistake by far is that perfect plastic-like skin. Our brains just know that real skin isn't flawless. So, the fix is to add back all those tiny details our subconscious expects to see. You know, fine pores, subtle freckles, and a bit of natural skin sheen. Next up, you've got the eyes. An unfocused, vacant stare is an immediate giveaway that you're looking at something artificial. It's just creepy. So the fix is to create realistic eye reflections, which are called catchlights, and to make sure the model has a clear, intentional direction for her gaze. And finally, we have poses. AI often generates these anatomically impossible poses that just completely defy gravity. The solution is to use a guide. Tools like OpenPose can create a digital skeleton based on a real human pose, and that skeleton then directs the AI to generate a posture that's both natural and believable.
So, you might be wondering, why are brands going through all this trouble? Well, it's because the business case for mastering AI models is, well, it's staggering.
The advantages are just undeniable. You're slashing costs by getting rid of photo shoots, you're launching collections in days instead of months, you can represent infinite diversity on demand, and you can instantly A/B test which model actually sells the best. It's a game changer. But this isn't about replacing humans entirely. And that's the real takeaway here. The future is hybrid. It's all about a smart blend of AI's efficiency and genuine human creativity.
And here's what that hybrid model looks like in the real world. You use AI for its scale and efficiency, for things like huge product catalogs and daily social media ads. But you reserve human models for those big, high-impact flagship campaigns that need to create a deeper emotional connection.
And this really shows you the ultimate goal. It's not just about saving a buck, it's about using the best of both worlds to create a digital storefront that feels more advanced, more aspirational, and frankly, just a lot more alluring than what the competition is doing. Which, of course, leaves us with one final thought to consider. As this technology becomes basically indistinguishable from reality, how is our definition of authenticity in marketing and media going to change? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.